Hello everybody, my name is ShortlineK819 and welcome back to the second Strategic Stream Initiative stream. Uh, that's certainly SSIS, but technically this is the third because I tried to do the second one and then there was a thunderstorm and my internet went out, but I deleted that so it doesn't count. But today, hello Rizwan, welcome in. How are you doing today, my fine friend? We are, of course, joined by Bear and Leo today. They have spent a long morning of doing absolutely nothing, so they're gonna sleep now. So that's what they're gonna do. Uh, but anyways, let's go ahead and
For the ones who get it done, the most important part
fuck.
is the one you need now, and the best partner is the one you...
No ads. I'm sorry. Okay, hopefully. It's a struggle to find playlists that don't have any ads, but, because y'all already get ads just on Twitch, and now you get another ad, but I don't get money from that ad. But hopefully the music audio is okay. That's something I always, a bit paranoid about, but I think it's fine on this end. Anyways, as my dogs gently sleep, as my guitar gently weeps, by the Schmeedles, continues to play. Play continues to be real. Let's go ahead and work on Talking Train series, which is something I know a hell of a lot about on account of... Hold up, let's get up. I guess I can just do exclamation point 311. And that's all you need to know. So, one of the many manifestations of my autism manifests itself in the form of Talking Train series, which is exactly how it sounds. And a long ass time ago, me and 2026 Productions made such a series. We in fact made several series, but the main one was The Terrible Tale of Clinchfield 311, which is an ironic title because the title character, Clinchfield 311 himself, is relegated to a side joke gag character. But this is the series, this is my official playlist with everything in it. But that also includes, this is a series that ran from, 2018 to, 2022, I want to say? 2022, 2023. When was the finale? The finale was... Oh, hello, Chris Kovacs. The finale was November 5th, 2022. And that's when we canceled the show, well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but long story short, the series ended after a bajillion years. And, but that was not our first. The first episode was what? When did Snow Cones come out? Snow Cones came out May 13th, 2018. Now, 2026 Productions and I both met in March of 2017. So it was sorry, I'm a bit tired from 4th of July celebrations. Happy 4th of July, by the way, or 5th of July, 4th of July. Belated if you're an American like me. But long story short, this was Terrible Tale of Clinchfield 311 was not Ryan and I's first attempt at a series. That would be... Okay, I'm gonna need to find a new playlist because I can't keep getting ads every 5 fucking seconds. Hold up. Let's see, stream, music, no ad. Oh, we can do a coffee shop playlist. Well, let me go ahead and adjust the music volumes. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. How's that volume? Hopefully that volume is it's a good volume. There we go. So our first attempt at a series is actually something a little called the Jackson Nature Park Tourist Railroad. And long story short, this is a series that Ryan and I began work on. I think it's a series that Ryan and I began work on, like, basically as soon as we met each other. I built a route. It's kind of terrible. This is what it looks like. I put out these two little things. Ryan made a song. The JNPT review, as you can see, this is peak fiction right here. Zoom part 3. And then we actually made the first episode, although we made the first episode 4 years ago. Because we made 311, and then we'd be like, it'd be funny to go back and make the first episode of JNPT. Just mostly for shits and giggles. And so we made it. This is 2017 era writing, with, if it would actually bother to load. This is 2017 era writing with 2021 era, like, filming and editing and all of these effects. Ugh, I don't know why, I'm yawning a lot today. But, so that's what that is. There's Mr. Michael. He's the superstar limo himself. I voiced Logan, who's, this character, this Baltimore and Ohio E27. That's Logan. And, so this is the series, basically. And we actually went ahead, if I go to my Google Drive, we actually got decently far. Hold up. Jackson. Fuck. Hold up. Drive. Let me pull that over so I don't, like... It's not like you can't find what I look like on the internet. Jackson Nature... What is it? JNPT Master Doc? Is it under shared with me? I need to see. Reference sheets. Railroader mods. DC Metroisms. Okay, hold up. JNP. All results. JNPT master folder. Here we go. So we actually wrote an entire season's worth of episodes. And of course we made the first one. Wrote an entire season's worth of episodes. We started work on... I'm gonna be yawning a lot today. We put together a master doc with all of the characters. We started work on season 2. We made some shorts, well, just one short. Work in progress. We even built a route. Actually, let me load up Tane. I know this is gonna be me. This is supposed to be me writing. However, I want to go a bit down memory lane. All of this, by the way, is why I can technically claim to be a voice actor. And a writer. Because I have written, well, to be fair, most of JMVT and 311 was written by Ryan, with me writing and sort of editing off the side. But now most of the new JMVT episodes are written by me. And the chance that we actually end up making any of this is very, very, very low, but I just wanted to do it. So here's the route. The Jackson Nature Park Tourist Railroad, as you can see. I guess I should share basically the premise of JNPT, which is basically it's a tourist railroad in Vermont, and it's run by this insane man by the name of Mr. Michael, who is the superstar limo animatronic with big lips. And you have a funky little cast of engine and train crew characters, and they go about their day, and they go about their wacky adventures. We build it as the railroad sitcom, which is basically kind of like that. But this is a route that I built in Trains A New Era in 2017, which is kind of terrible because it's just grassy and speed trees. And terrible, terrible track work, such as this. Oh no, I got one of those cheap viewer bots. Whatever shall I do? Year-end craft, man, as if... Okay, hold up. Let me just go ahead. Banned, lol. Banned indeed. So yeah, I built all this in Trains. This is the town of Jackson, Vermont. It's kind of terrible, as you can see. But yeah, a roundhouse that's too big for the 4 locomotives we have. And it's mostly just this. Like, there are towns along the way. There's a maple syrup factory. Farms. This is Sheebville. That's Sheebville Station. And then this is Sheebville Winery. And then we also got the Sheeb Center. James the Duke Dog, kill the bot. Hello, James the Duke Dog, welcome in. Sheeb Center, distinctive Japanese Doge, youngest and finest Sheeb and Sheeb accessories. As you can see, peak JMPT Sheebos, peak humor right here. There's also like a bunch of random characters just sort of sitting in spots on the route. Hello, yeah, okay, like Heavy is here, as you can see. He is guarding the Highland Valley snow cones, from 311, of course. This is the winery. This is a communist caboose, kind of on fire. This was a 2017 era Ryan reskin, for this game. Coke, enjoy Coke ad, I guess. Let's see. Hunter Harrison's nuclear bunker. This is it. It's just a caboose. Stratford Farm. Is there anything interesting here? Did I put anybody funny here? They're just characters that are just sitting on the route. Like, I don't think they're over here anywhere. This is Monokakee Road. Have you seen him? Florida Man. Yeah, exactly. Have you seen him? Oh, there's this, which is Muppets Take on Foamers, of course. The greatest movie that never came out. This is a mill. Anything else over here that I like? No. This is the part where we get into actual terrain. This is supposed to be Mount Colin. And it goes itself on like a big Tepechahi loop sort of thing. We got Best Dressed Station, literally just a platform, and then a road up into the middle of nowhere, which I think takes you to I think this is the Undertale Mountain. Yeah, it is. Riz, you'll like this. It's the Undertale Mountain. It's Sans. There he is, and it's the big fuck you pit in the middle of the ground. There's nothing down here, but that's what it is. Let's see. Random ass transition into like pine trees, and I don't know why. Nova Banff, which is like a secret hideaway for some of the characters. Yeah, so anytime I just randomly pause, that's me yawning. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. You got only the best hideout. Disheveled hideout. And then, let's see. another section of the route I never bothered to really finish. Like, there are some mountains in the background. This looks nothing like Vermont, by the way. What is this sign? Oh, end of detail. I see now. Town of Ashburn. Lots of logging. There's, I think, hold up. Forestry. Oh, we got Scout. Scout is here too. He's just staring at you menacingly. And then I think, hold up. Oh yeah, Twyla Steam Nation just is sort of standing in the woods. The actual asset from Full Steam Ahead, and she's like 12 feet tall, which is really funny. Some people probably like that, but this is the massive Screw You grade. This is actually going uphill. This is my first attempt at like doing terrain tracks. As you can see, it is kind of a massive, pointlessly massive hill. What's over here? This is Jefferson Mill. There's this buried in this is Laketon. I think I put Sam and Max over here. Yeah, Sam and Max T-posing next to the, and at the bottom of the lake, I think I put like Pingu. Hold up. Yeah, here he is. He's at the bottom of the lake. Yeah, there he is. This is how I entertain myself while building this route. I just put like random ass little characters in random ass little places. And this is the narrow gauge right here. This is Newton. I actually am proud of this little like station area over here. This is actually kind of, it looks neat. And then it's supposed to be like fairgrounds and whatnot. The 3 out of era auto racks, which is an inside joke. And then up here you have the actual nature park, complete with a hotel and this little like vintage town over here in like narrow gauge. And we were gonna bring narrow gauge guys into it at some point, but we just never ended up bothering. Oh, Alan Smith is here. Millennium Force. Millennium Force asset. But that's the JNPT. This is this wonderful little route, and I think I might have like I think at one point I started on an updated version of this. I don't know if I actually have it in this. Hillsville, Hastings Grain. I don't think I have my updated version of the JNPT route. Someone's pinged me on Discord. Oh, I've been pinged in the Scent server. Let me just close out of Discord for now. Wait, hold up. Oh, hello. Well, I'm genuinely curious. I want to look something up now because I did actually start on an updated version of this, but I think it's still, the file is still around somewhere. I look up, like, go in my Google Drive and look up Jackson. No. Let's see. No, I'm trying to find. Hold up. JNPT. And of course, you have to remember that the Jackson H. Park Tourist Railroad gives our railroader save its name, of course. ANPT MISC, shared with me. Type. I'm trying to look. I'm trying to look for something specific that I think might still, like a specific file that might still be around. I don't remember. Where's the route? Type. Let's see. Drawing site shortcuts. Well, let me. Sorry, now we're going on a wild goose chase to find a specific. I know we're supposed to be writing this, but I'm trying to go on a wild goose chase. File as file. Trying to go. Hold up. I need to see. I think I sent it to Ryan, so I'm going through Ryan and I's DMs from 2017. Line. Where the hell? Island Valley snow cones, that was like 311. Wait, hold up, I think... because there was an updated version of the route that I was working on. Sorry, I'm going on a wild goose chase, and I know, but I do not care. Let's see. No. Only the most riveting stream. Okay, yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna be able to find this. Like, at all. Long story short, I made like an updated, like a trillion years ago, I made like an updated version of the JNPT route. And I'm not gonna be able to find it. I think it's on a specific like hard drive that I might have. Actually, hold up. I think I found the hard drive, but I don't have like a connector for it. Anyways, hello, Psycho Kitten. Welcome in. Okay, so that's me going on a wild goose chase looking for a frickin' route that I never bothered to. I never bothered to back up anywhere, I guess. Okay, so how are you doing, Psycho Kitten? Welcome in. Okay, so long story short, let me go ahead and explain the plot to you. So the plot, so what I'm doing is I am going back, and the first 10 episodes of this show that we wrote in 2017, I am rewriting. My plan is to rewrite a whole bunch of them to like our modern, something that we didn't write in like 7th grade. I'm okay, thank you, good to hear. So this all began when let me just throw up the first episode that we did actually make with the 2017 era script. And just for convenience, just for the sake of, so this is a TV script. This is a script for There we go. So this is a script for a series, like a YouTube series that me and my friend made back in we made most of it. We wrote it back in 2017, called the Jackson Nature Park Tourist Fair, which centers around this tourist fair in Vermont run by an insane man with a whole bunch of like talking train characters, because that's one of our particular shades of autism. And we wrote the whole thing, and I even built a route and train simulator to like do all the filming on, and then we never made it because we went and made another series. But we actually did end up making the first episode, which is what I just posted. So what I'm doing is I'm actually going back to those 10 episodes that we wrote in like 8th grade, like 8 years ago at this point, and I'm rewriting them to my modern standards. And so that's what I'm doing. So episode, and I just posted the first episode that we did actually make later on, which we're not gonna change that because it's the first episode. So and we already made it. Second episode. So this is where things get a bit confusing. So the second episode, of the original script is what I'm rewriting now, but it's technically the third episode of the new series because I went and wrote another second episode where Mr. Michael, who is the owner of the railroad, goes and makes a movie, basically, because I was inspired by Ed Wood. Oh, rewriting old stuff is fun. Yes. So, the original script. Let me go to the master folder. Season 1. Where is it? Season 1. Season 1, episode 2. Pacific Showdown. And yes, we write everything. We write everything in Comic Sans, by the way, because we think it's funny. But long story short, so this is the 2017 era script. So the plot of this is you have one locomotive. His name is Rick. He is a Central Railroad of New Jersey Blue Comet. And he, basically, long story short, is that Mr. Michael, he needs to get money for whatever reason, because there's a giant hole in the railroad's budget. So they bring in another locomotive called Caleb, who basically, they're bringing him to the JNPT because then they can, get a whole bunch of people to come because it's, fancy steam locomotive. And run excursions and with overpriced tickets and whatnot. But the problem is that Rick and Casey absolutely despise each other. So in the original plot, basically Rick challenges Casey to basically it's called a wine train off, because one of the things they do on this railroad is they run wine trains where, they run it to a winery and a bunch of people get drunk and it's all fine and good. And that's basically the plot of the original script. However, in the rewrite, I have decided to do something a bit different. Where it's still the same sort of premise. You have Rick and Casey going at one another. Well, really, Rick is going at Caleb. Casey's another character. I'm confusing my own character. We have too many characters named C. Not Casey, it's Caleb. Caleb, who's enemies with Rick. Caleb is they're bringing him on the railroad because they need to, run these special overpriced trains with fancy steam locomotive. So what they do is, but the thing is that Rick still hates Caleb, but Caleb doesn't hate Rick. So Rick's entire scheme is to basically basically he acts like a child, and he finds incredibly childish ways in order to get Mr. Michael, to get Caleb off of his fucking railroad. And this involves many different things, including putting banana peels on the tracks and whatnot, and just stuff that doesn't make any sort of sense and doesn't do anything. But finally, I guess the sort of climax of this is that within the JNPT universe, there is a group, an organization even, known as the Railroad Elves. and they're basically they're exactly what they sound like, where they're basically they're basically like Keebler elves that go around causing havoc with trains. And eventually what ends up happening in this script is that Rick gets fed up with his, like, he doesn't have he doesn't, like, all of his, like, various schemes to get Caleb off the railroad don't work, so he calls upon the railroad elves. He asks Zachariah, who's one of the engineers on the railroad, basically saying, can you, because Zachariah is the head of the local Jackson Railroad Elf Truther organization, and can we summon the railroad elves? And it doesn't work, right? So finally, Rick has a fucking crash out and goes and tries and kills Caleb, but it doesn't work. And then Rick finally acts like a child, goes out onto the main line and just sits there, and they build a track around him, basically just leaving him be. And then the railroad elves come by and attack, and the whole thing ends with, after the railroad elf attack that ruins Rick, they like dismantle the track underneath him and just leave him stranded. Because Caleb it's Pennsylvania Railroad number 1361, which is owned in real life, is owned by a group out in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Basically, the insurance premiums for that group go up, and it's like, okay, our insurance premiums to run our steam locomotive to run Caleb on your railroad, Mr. Michael, have gone up. So let's go ahead and just it's too costly. We can't make money. So the Altoona people are like, hey, we're just gonna bring him back to Altoona and do like other things. So, and Caleb finally leaves, and I guess Rick gets his way, technically by acting like a spoiled child, and it ends in a completely farcical manner. This sounds great. I know. Unmedicated short line is the best short line. Listen, I'm on no medication. Hey, thank you, Psycho Kitten. Welcome in. Thank you, welcome aboard. After the railroad elf attack is definitely not a phrase I expected here. Well, the whole idea behind the railroad elves is, so one of the games I play on my stream is Railroader, Short Line Simulator. With me and my friends, we basically get in and we like run trains around in this game. And it was a running joke for a while that whenever someone would experience a derailment, it wouldn't be their own fault. It would be the railroad elves. And I'm like, you know, that's an excellent idea in order to like bring it into a script. Another sort of aspect of this that I like is Mr. Michael, the owner of the railroad. He always has some sort of gag every episode. Like, in this episode, so the previous episode is when he decided to become a filmmaker and make his terrible action movie. So the last episode, the gag is basically the entire plot of him, like, using his locomotives and, like, torturing his locomotives and employees by making this movie. But in this one, he is convinced that the railroad elves are the ones who sabotage his movie, not the fact that his movie is terrible. So he somehow got in his mind that if he has a band follow him around everywhere he goes, that wards off the railroad elves. You know, a band a day keeps the railroad elves away. And the band shows up, whenever Mr. Michael shows up in this episode, the band, like, every time he walks in, the band plays, like, an introductory song. But it ultimately doesn't work because the end battle between Rick, his crew, and Mr. Michael, the band is completely ineffectual. So that's his gag for this episode. The next episode, the gag is because is that Mr. Michael is breaking the fourth wall. However, the fourth wall isn't technically there, so he just turns like off into the distance and says, "Isn't that right, audience?" And like everyone just thinks he's crazy. So that's the little gag. Now, I've gotten this mostly written. The way that I tend to write things is I tend to write the beginning and I tend to write the end, like the climax, and then I go back and write the middle, which is a very weird way of doing it. However, I don't care. That's what works for me. So, what I've written so far is I've written the introduction, scene 1, which is basically Jackson Roundhouse, where all the engines or crews are like getting, you know, it's Mr. Michael coming saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get Caleb." Caleb's coming to run trains on the railroad. The second scene is Caleb's arrival. He's talking with Logan, who's the character that I voice, a Baltimore, Ohio E27 steam locomotive. And they're basically talking about how, like, Rick is a fucking child and the aftermath of Mr. Michael's movie. Scene 3 is Caleb coming and threatening Rick, or Rick coming and threatening Caleb at the roundhouse. And my entire point is that Rick acts like a fucking child, so he's just awkward pauses and just the worst insults imaginable, like this right here. Heaven bless the voice actor who I'm gonna make read this frickin' line. And then I don't know what the middle scenes are gonna be yet, but the sort of climax is that, as I said, they basically go and get Zachariah, who's one of the engineers on the railroad. He's Russian, and they get him to, like, summon the railroad elves. And then the railroad elf summoning happens, and it doesn't work. And then you have Rick's crash out at Caleb, and then Rick further crashes out and decides he's just going to be a child and just literally sit on the main line blocking trains. And then the railroad elves come and dismantle the track underneath them. So that's what I have so far. There also is a sexy railroad elf in this script. That's the sexy railroad elf is the leader of the railroad elves. So I've been streaming for nearly 40 minutes and I have not written a single chair just slightly broke. I have been writing for 40 minutes and I have not written a single gosh dang word this entire Alright, let's stretch our legs. Stretch our legs, stretch our arms, fluff our tails, look at some dogs. Look at Leo and Bear peacefully sleeping away. And let's go ahead and actually write this thing. So let's go ahead. So let me think this through. So this is the railroad elf battle right here. Basically the railroad elves attack and then they dismantle the track underneath Rick, so he's just sitting there. Mr. Michael's band gets scattered to the wind while playing A Little Help from My Friends, but from Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band album by the Beatles. And now I guess I have to figure out a way to close this, because what I'm thinking is that the next scene is the word about the railroad elf attack gets out, and the Altoona people who own Caleb 1361 like, oh yeah, our insurance premiums rose, so I guess Rick, you win, because I need to go back home because we can't afford it with the insurance anymore. So I need to figure that out. So Rick is on the track. No, my band, they fucking lied to me. Maybe I don't know exactly how to end this scene. Band begins to flee as the music is now garbled. Mr. Michael has comical injuries, including one across his eye. The railroad elves begin to disperse. The last of the railroad elves go into the woods. Elves disappear into the woods. The last of the railroad elves disappear into the woods. Everyone last of the railroad elves flee into the woods. Everyone's just sort of sitting there. Everyone is both shocked. Everyone is both shocked and speechless. Or cut to a wide shot of everyone being both shocked and speechless. Maybe... There we go. Maybe... I mean, I can just end the scene there, right? Maybe it fades to the, Maybe it just, like, goes to the next scene. And then it fades into the next scene where, like... This is almost the end of the episode, really. Let's see. So... End scene. Okay, there we go. Here we go. And I always like to be a bit consistent with my formatting. 'Cause I am a bit of a format freak, not gonna lie. I like to keep my scripts nice and formatted. Now, I don't know if we're ever actually going to make these. I feel like if I just write enough scripts, eventually Ryan is going to be like, who's the person who actually films and edits these things. Eventually he is going to be like, oh yeah, I'll make a JMPT episode. But, sorry, I gotta take off. I'll catch a stream again later. Thank you, Psycho Kitten. I don't know how often I'll do these writing streams. This is my first one, but thank you for joining in and thank you for following. But I will see you a bit later, and thank you for enjoying my absolute autism. But we will continue to write. Fade. Same wide shot. But it is the following morning. Same wide shot, but it is the following morning. Caleb. Mr. Michael's business card is no longer there. However, it's now pulling to where Rick is still sitting. Okay. So or the Great Railroad Elf Battle. This entire like section kind of reminds me of like almost like Sad Story of Henry sort of thing, but instead of being bricked up in a tunnel, it's Rick is just getting a track laid around him because he just won't move. I'm gonna need someone to draw the sexy railroad elf. I have plenty of people I can go to for that, but if anyone wants to take a shot at that, go ahead. Mr. Michael's car is no longer there, however Caleb is pulling up to where Rick is sitting. Caleb... Because Caleb in this, like, Caleb is the victim, I wouldn't say I guess victim is a word, but he's the target of Rick's ire, but Caleb's just an upstanding guy. He's not acting like a child. Hello, Rick. Are you okay? Okay, Rick. Slightly pissed. Sexy Railroad Elf has me scared and curious at the same time. Should I get Kara to voice the sexy Railroad Elf? I mean, he's not Railroad, but he is those other two things. And also getting a black guy to voice with a deep voice to voice the sexy railroad elf is just funny to me. uh, slightly just. Hold up. Does it look like I'm okay? Well, no, but. Well, the news I. Okay. Rick. My idea is that the railroad elf, the railroad elf, the news of Rick's disaster was leaked on train orders. I find that funny. Uh, s- uh, disbelief. Yeah, it turns out. Hold up, Rick. Sexy railroad elf. Uh, because it's a thing with So Rick's fireman Noah. The whole idea behind him, his sort of thread throughout the series is that he can't get bitches, for lack of a better word, and he wants to go after. He is infatuated with the idea of a sexy railroad elf. So he asks when he goes to the Railroad Elf Truther convention to ask Zachariah if he could summon the railroad elves. He asks about a sexy railroad elf, and it does actually show up. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Incident got leaked. Leaked on train orders. Hold up. Is train orders like one word? I love how it just takes me to, yeah, train orders. Got leaked on trainorders.com and actually, who owns 1361? Like, I know it's the Altoona people. Here's Caleb, by the way. This is Caleb right here. He is just Pennsylvania Rare number K4 number 1361. It's the Railroader Memorials Museum. These guys own it. Railroader. Insurance premiums got a bit too high. So they are sending me home. And sexy railroad elf. I've been pinged. I've been pinged in real trains. Oh, okay. Oh, let's see. finally won. Maniacal laughter. Yeah, Where is the maniacal? There's multiple maniacal laughters in this script. Stereotypical evil maniacal laughter. There we go. Stereotypical. Screw you, Caleb. What's like a childish insult? Hold up. Oh, guys, Bear is awake. Oh, not anymore. He woke up to yawn. Is there like a childish insult generator? Fun generators. This is awesome. Get me a new one. You rotten nut weasel. Hell yeah. By the way, if you are indeed an American, how was everyone's 4th of July? My 4th of July was pretty good. I woke up, I actually wrote a bit of this script, and then we went to the pool for about 2 hours, and we came home and we had a big grill session with hot dogs and hamburgers and veggie burgers and pasta salad and mac and cheese and brownie sundaes, and it was all very good. And today, I also had 4th off finally, which is pretty nice. Spent the whole day mowing, my legs wanted to turn to dust. I can relate to that because I do construction work and for my summer job, and that's kind of annoying. But yeah, I hate mowing the lawn. Like, I never mowed the lawn ever until like the beginning of this summer, because I guess in the previous development where my parents lived, like they just got the HOA came in and mowed everyone's lawns. But in this development that they're in now, they have to mow the lawn, and at college no one mows their lawns. So I win. I am the better Pacific. Oh, Rick is not. Whatever you say, Rick. I mow a cemetery, there are barely any trees done, and the sun was a deadly laser the whole day. Oh gosh. Yeah, okay, I wouldn't want to do that, because at least with me on the construction site, I'm inside the building most of the time. I would want to be outside with no trees. That sounds like hell. Frankly. I would not want to be in that situation. Rick. Maybe not disbelief, maybe boastful. Or maybe I've won. stereotypical evil maniacal laughter. Yeah. Okay. But tonight, because my sister's home for the 4th of July from Pittsburgh, and we're actually going to go to the Georgia Aquarium, which will be nice. I think it's the largest aquarium is it the largest aquarium in the US? I think so. I'm excited to see the seals. I want to see the seals. I think the seal exhibit is also sponsored by Norfolk Southern of all people, so that's going to be pretty funny. Uh, Whatever you say. It's been nice seeing you. Caleb begins to arrive back to Jackson for his departure. Well, I gotta go get ready for a cookout tonight. Good luck writing and goodbye. Thank you, James. Thank you for watching as always. I'm always genuinely shocked when people decide to come in and like watch my streams. I'm always a bit humbled by that. So, have a good cookout. Eat plenty of burger. Yeah, we'll probably. I don't know how long I'll continue with this. Who else is potentially writing? I don't know. I never knew this category even existed until like 3 days ago. So no fellow streamers of my caliber are doing this. I'm just checking Discord categories at this point. Let's see. Oh yeah, speaking of my model, my little 3D VTuber model. Takumi hasn't started on it, but I think I said this in the last stream. He hasn't started on it. That's because he got hacked, which is no good. But he's fortunately recovered everything. But hopefully, progress will. I will get something. I can show you something related to that soon. This is a shorter scene because this is the wrap up. This is the Railroad Elf battle. I feel like this scene is a bit too short. Ironically, this is the length of the original script right here. Maybe we'll pull up. Well. Let's see. No, not really. Hold up. Well, Rick, it's been nice seeing you, and sorry if I've gen. Get better, okay? My whole idea is that Caleb's actually like just a standard upstanding guy. Let's see. Bye, Caleb. It's been... stereotypical evil maniacal laughter. There we go. Caleb begins to reverse out of back to Jackson, ready for his... Begins to reverse back to Jackson, ready for his departure. End scene. Alright, I think that's a fine scene. I forgot how long writing actually takes. You have to think about, like, this is only a first draft, but you gotta think about, like, okay, train order. If I go in train orders, the photo is Freedom Train. Time to get horribly distracted again by briefly looking at train orders. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I hope I never see you ever again. Stereotypical evil maniacal laughter. End scene. Scene whatever Jackson Yard. Hold up. Let me go back to the introductory. Like, when does Caleb show up? Let's see. Okay. Caleb is sitting... He is with his... Okay. Logan. Couldn't. A week or two. That's it. Okay, let's see. That much damage. Well, that's good. Let's see, what do I want him to say in this? Fetch. Here, let me look at my dogs. Dog cam. Uh. Okay. Actually, when were the Blue Comets built? Hold up. CNJ Blue Comet. When were these locomotives built? Locomotives. Reading G3s. Hold up. Or not Reading G3s, CNJ G3s. That's a different locomotive, but 832. Wait, which one is Rick? Oh, let's see. Let's see. Does it say? Well, let's just go like 2025 to 1930. Movie quiz. Guess the best films of each year. We got.
In other news, Georgia resident.
Okay, we got Shrek 2, the Minecraft movie, Rocky, I think. Zombie Disney Channel movie quiz. I'm sending this to Ryan right now. Apparently he's actually watched these films. I can't remember the name. Guess the Disney Channel movie by its song challenge. I wouldn't. I just get a bunch of obituaries. Like a Raggedy Ann doll. And this guy. Well, okay. Okay. Has Ryan messaged me back? No, I've been messaged in. Okay. Don't be too harsh. Okay. I do these little, can't change some people and... Some people you can't change. Okay. Okay. Hmm. I just realized I like Caleb's engine. Radio. Clear onto any. Clear onto any CR. Over. Just realized Caleb's engineer gets exactly one line. Okay, I think this is the final scene. Caleb's engineer, extra 1361 copies you into the clear. Let's see, what else? Hmm. Well. See you around. Caleb departs. Actually, how exactly did I hold up? JNPT new. How do I like end these scripts? I've completely forgotten. Elfin, yeah. Elfin. Here we go. Alright, so that's the back half of this script written. 20 pages. I think how long is this? That's 26 pages. I typically tend to go for like 25 pages, I've noticed. Let's see. Dispatcher, Caleb's engineer, who gets exactly one line in the whole thing. Battle of the Railroad Elves, the crash out, summon the Railroad Elves, the Railroadman's socks, which is a reference to Trouble with Trains, kind of. The bar in the Trouble with Trains is called the Railwayman's gloves. So I get the Railroadman's socks with the 23rd biannual Jackson, Vermont Railroad Elf Truthers Convention. Okay. So, what the hell? What was this line originally? Hold up. Did I... Version history. See version history. hold, don't give the plan away. Hold up, let me look. July 4th. Oh, it's this. Okay. There we go. That is a key line in this script. So I think okay, so I've written the beginning. I've written the end. I've written the beginning, I've written the end. And now I just kind of have to write the middle. Do I feel like doing that right now? I guess is the question. So I guess my idea, my sort of idea for the middle was, my idea for the middle is all of Rick's various awkward attempts to try and not kill Caleb, because, you know, try to kill him right away. He doesn't try and kill him. He'll then get sent to, like, Railgate Prison or something. Instead, he doesn't try to kill him. Instead, it's basically a bunch of childish attempts. Like, the first one is, he puts a banana peel on the track. And that utterly fails because it's a banana peel, a singular banana peel versus it's a singular banana peel versus a steam locomotive. So maybe that's my first idea, and then he tries a rake, and the rake just comically breaks. Leo. Look at Leo. Up, they have awoken. The dogs are awake. Hey, Leo. It's Leo. He's being a crazy boy. It's Leo. And Bear. But okay, so rake, banana peel and rake scene, and then there was another scene that I wanted where he tries and he puts like a coal car on a train that Caleb is gonna take, but it's actually like, oh, how about you take the freight train or whatever? So Caleb takes the line train, basically stealing Rick's job, and it's like a big mix-up. And then maybe he tries and puts something on the track, like an actual car on the track, in order to kill him, kind of. Let's see. So yeah, that's something. Let me go ahead and hold up. Sheepville, the winery of Sheepville. Okay. Scene question mark. Let me just put these down so I know how many scenes I will have. So that's scene. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hold up. Let me go ahead. Scene question mark, the railroadman's socks. Socks Clinton. Okay. Okay. Oh, has someone texted? Oh yeah, someone has texted me. I get a little like, Leo. Oh, hold up, I gotta go let my dog out. Okay, hello everybody. I am back. I just let my dog out. I think we're gonna end the stream in a little bit. I said the SSI streams are always gonna be typically a lot shorter than normal streams. But let me go ahead and all of these scenes don't take place at the Railroadman's Socks, as funny as that would be. Scene 7, scene 8, scene 9, scene 10, scene 11, scene 12. Okay, it's about 12 scenes. How many scenes was this? About 12 scenes as well. Okay, excellent. Yeah, this is mostly done. So let me go ahead and banana peel mix. Oh, wait, hold up. Mix up. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Alright. So, it looks like that this will be about 25 pages as well. I don't feel like writing the rest of this today, if I'm gonna be honest. Let's see. Alright, so I don't really know what else to do. I want to also get some things up on eBay today, but like, I'm not gonna do that on stream. Is there anybody I could in theory raid? I don't know. You know what, I think I'm okay for today. I might be back later, I might not be. I still need to go and do a few more things. So, thank you all for watching. I guess I'm gonna end it here then. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, James the Duke Dog. Thank you, Psycho Kitten. Thank you, Rizwan. The 3 people who watched. Thank you, Psycho Kitten, for following. I'll be back maybe tomorrow, maybe not. Well, maybe even later today if I get that bored. Probably not, though. But, yeah, everything will be all good and alright. And, yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.